Righty. Yo, what's up, everybody? Hope you guys can hear me. Just make sure. Hello. Shh. Okay, cool. So, I figured out why yesterday the YouTube issue was happening and why I wasn't going live on YouTube. So, everything is good. Today, we can get started quick because I have a couple of extra things today to talk about and work towards in our system. So, let me share my screen here. Cool. Here. So first, we are going to talk about OVAP's top 10. But for this stream, right, we are, as mentioned, there are bunch. There are, I think, 34 of these or 31. There are total 31 tasks in this one. So we will actually not cover all of them in one day. We'll try to cover at least like severity 1 today, which contains injection, right? There's command injection and a couple of other things, operating system command injection, there's SQL injection, a bunch of other things, and there is command injection practical, which is a great one to end the session with. Excuse me. Then on Monday, we'll take care of severity 2 and 3. But today, after taking care of severity 1, right, injections and stuff, we are going to do something extra, which is about AI. I was looking, I found like somebody who did a good AI workaround of the roadmap as an AI engineer. I got like Pluralsight's subscription, so we can go towards that. So hopefully you guys are excited. And I'm naming this thing called Project Soup. It's on my GitHub. I made it private. I'll probably turn it public in future right now. And also, all the things will be on my website as well. I will be making the blog as we go through this. So everybody has access to the things I'm doing. It's easily available to all of you, right? So yeah, that's all I have for you. And let me just do this quickly. Hey Panda, what's up? Yeah. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Having a great Friday. Chilling, grinding, right? Let me make sure I can hear. Okay, cool. Right? Let's do the AI. And let's get going with the AI. I think there are a lot of you. Are you guys seeing the ads or not? That I want to know that. Let me see if I can snooze the ads as well from my side. Okay, I can snooze one ad. I can snooze one, so I'll do it once there is not much going on. Right? Like I mean, once there is actually ad coming, but we are doing something. So for now, let's just get started with our introduction for OVAP's top 10. I'll provide the link for the room. Here we go. Kiddo. This room breaks each OVAP's topic down and includes details on what the vulnerability is and how it occurs and how you can exploit it. Let me make it bigger. Okay. You will put the theory into practice by completing the supporting challenges. Injection, that's the first one, right? Broken authentication. Second is broken authentication. Third, sensitive data exposure. Fourth, XEE, XML external entity. Basically using XML to like get some file into the system. I believe that's what this one is. Broken access control. This is the one we did with help of that GitLab CTF we did this week. That one was broken access control. Eh, Security misconfiguration. This is really good. Security misconfiguration is a big one because things keep on evolving. So I have seen a lot of people having this issue, a lot of companies. Uh, I don't know why this is happening. Okay, never mind. So one thing I will do actually, somebody mentioned this that people are still seeing my story from before, but I'll take care of that, I believe. Yeah. Oh, I accidentally closed the wrong one. I just want to remove my story so people don't get confused with stuff. Take it down, delete this. Okay, now it should be fine. Cool. Thank you so much for mentioning. So now, next is cross-site scripting. This is a big one, right? Everybody talk about cross-site scripting. one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. Insecure deserialization. Uh, I think I had covered this. I don't remember. Components with known vulnerabilities. Basically, like let's say there is certain features or something you added to your system or some component that is known to have vulnerability. For example, let's say HTML's iframe. It comes up with a vulnerability tomorrow. You can use that. Insufficient logging and monitoring, right? Because a lot of people who don't have SIEM system and are not blocking other hackers. That's a big one. This room has been designed for developers and assume no previous knowledge for security, which is great. Next, accessing the machine. This is interesting. Some task you will some task will have you learning by doing, often through hacking a virtual machine. However, to access this machine, you need to either connect using OpenVPN, right? Use an in-browser Linux machine if you're subscribed deploy, right? So we are going to go the OpenVPN approach because we have our system, we have like our prompts, our stuff already ready, so it's way easier. Now let's get into the injection severity one. Injection flaws. Injection flaws are very common in applications today because let's say if you are adding comments on Facebook, Twitter, everywhere, like even YouTube and like Twitch chat, right? There are like you are able to put something, you can inject something there if it is vulnerable. These flaws occur because user controlled input, like you guys can do the chat, is interpreted as actual commands or parameters by the application. Injection attacks depend on what technologies are being used and how exactly the input is interpreted by these technologies. Some common example include SQL injection because we did SQL injection hacking with I think the whole learning part we did with web vulnerabilities. SQL injection, this occurs when user-controlled input is passed to SQL queries. As a result, an attacker can pass in SQL queries to manipulate the outcome of such queries. Command injection, this occurs when user input is passed to system commands. As a result, an attacker is able to execute arbitrary system commands on application servers. If an attacker is able to successfully pass input that is interpreted correctly, they would be able to do the following: access, modify, and delete information. So basically, first SQL one, this is very, very common. This has been going from 1998, first found in 1998, and still a very top 10 vulnerability. Command injection, basically when you are doing system command, like for example, PHP, you are able to send certain command to the PHP server or web server using PHP as the language or Python, right? And then those things are able to execute this, like the one we did recently where we had Python simple HTTP server and we were able to inject some commands to get our stuff. If an attacker is able to successfully pass input that is interpreted correctly, they would be able to do the following. So basically, I wanted to access the system, get me some like login information and stuff, and it was interpreted properly. I can get access, modify, or delete information from the database using SQL injection. When this input is passed into the database queries, this would mean that an attacker can steal sensitive information such as personal detail and credentials. Execute arbitrary system commands on a server that would allow an attacker to gain access to users' system or systems. This would enable them to steal sensitive data and carry out more attacks against infrastructures linked to the server on which the command is executed. So this is a good one because like execute arbitrary system commands, right? We can get not only data, but we can get shell to it, right? Or do anything with it. We can have lateral movement and stuff like that. The main defense for preventing injection attacks is ensuring that the user controlled input is not interpreted as queries or commands. There are different ways of doing this. Using an allow list, when input is sent to the server, the input is compared to a list of safe input or characters. If the input is marked as safe, then it is processed, otherwise it is rejected and the application throws an error. So basically the main defense is like when, let's say, if I do SQL query, right? Of, for example, let's say if my attack looks something like this. Say I go new command here. Oh, let's say my input something like this. I'm doing a source, right? And then I have like evil.js file. This is my input in one of the commands, right? Hopefully you guys can see. This is my input. Now the problem here is because if this is interpreted, if this is taken literally, then I'm able to inject evil.js file, which is hosted on, let's say, my server, my website, into their system. But now, let's say if a proper way of defense is basically converting this symbol to ampersand less than, this is, I think, is the right way, less than, and this is converted to this before going into the system. So if you are a front-end developer or a full stack developer, this is very common, and a lot of people don't know when they come out of university. But able to change this into this as soon as the person is putting the output, or vice versa, this to ampersand greater than, that will do a very important thing, and you can show this off during your interviews that, hey, these are the ways I can prevent from security attacks. These are some of the practices I'm better than others in doing. The main defense for preventing injection attacks is ensuring the user control input is not interpreted as queries or commands, right? This technically is a command. There are different ways of doing this. Using an allow list, when input is sent to the server, this input is compared to a list of safe input or characters. So characters we had. If the input is marked as safe, and then it is processed, otherwise it is rejected and the application throws an error. So basically I can say, hey, this is not allowed, basically. And that's how you can make your application safer. Stripping input, if the input contains dangerous characters, these characters are removed before they are processed. So basically, here too, this character is removed with this or substituted with this before it is processed. Dangerous characters or input is classified as any input that can change how the underlying data is processed. Instead of manually constructing allow lists or even just stripping input, there are various libraries that perform these actions for you. So multiple libraries can perform these actions for you. And whichever, like whatever you're using, right? For JavaScript, there is, for example, let's say if I search for, I know PHP we did it, but Python, um, safe input library. If you go, there should be a fun project, SQLite, blah, blah, blah. Safe input, no, library, can check your allow list. Safe, not safe. Safe input library, not safe. Safe input stripping library. Cleaning and stripping elements, right? I think so. Basically, should be get numeric, blah blah blah. Python library for safe input. Secure input handling. So here probably Python has multiple ways validating inputs. So we can have regex. Basically, one of the easiest ways and common ways is regex, let's say with the emails. But what I want is, like, let's say Python libraries. Standard library or list of libraries. Python py packages, right? Safe input. Probably should get something. Is your password safe? There is PySafe, a CLI to safely install CLI. Safe comparison, bunch of things, right? Safe encrypt. So bunch of things you can do with just libraries. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel, right? You can look at those, right? And I can ask basically also I can ask, let's say, what are some of the Python libraries that will sanitize the input from command injection. So this one, command injection, Snake is a good one. Bunch of things, right? Django snippets, there are so bunch of things you can sanitize and stuff like that. Bleach is a wrapper around HTML5 library. Bunch of libraries out there. Basically, that's what I wanted to explain to you guys. Now let's go into the next one. I have understood the injection attacks. Yes, I have. Now, operating system command injection. This is very different than I will say your application, because when you're doing SQL or application, SQL is also an application, right? You're doing Postgres or MySQL server versus command injection to a operating system level. That's a whole different game. Because now you're actually taking care of not just the data or stuff, but you're actually interacting with the physical hardware. Command injection occurs when server-side code like PHP in a web application makes a system call on the hosting machine. It is a web vulnerability that allows an attacker to take advantage of that made system call to execute operating system commands on the server. Sometimes this won't always end in something malicious like who am I or just reading of the file. So, but that also is sensitive data exposure is also a thing, right? This isn't too bad. But the thing about command injection is that it opens up many options for the attacker. The worst thing they can do, they could do be would be to spawn a reverse shell to become the user that the web server is running as. So, like if they're running as www-data, I can do that. A simple netcat-e bin bash is all that's needed, and they own your server. Some variants of netcat won't support the -e option. You can use a list of reverse shells, these reverse shells as an alternative. I think this one will go to syskey. Okay. So we have, let's say for PHP, we have so many. Okay. So we can save this library, mark it as a thing. Payloads, all the thing. Cool. So API key leaks, CSV injection, bunch of things we have here. That's interesting. I can just post it for you guys. Okay. And I want to post it like in my Discord server as well. Where is it? Where is that guy? Okay, I'll just post it here. So if you guys are in my Discord, should be able to see it. Give me welcome, news, completion, intro, suggestion, clips. Shells, I think. A good resource for sure. As an alternative, once the attacker has a foothold on the web server, they can start the usual enumeration of your system and start looking for ways to pivot around. Now that we know what command injection is, we'll start going into different types and how to test for them, right? I've understood command injection. Now let's look into the practical. Start our machine. And I have like my Kali also ready here. I made sure I make it ready so you guys don't have to wait. Or if it like fails, right? All those stuff. This is good. Okay. Line command injection attacks basically. What is an active command injection? Blind command injection occurs when the system command made to server does not return the response to the user in the HTML document. Active command injection will return the response to the user. It can be made visible through several HTML elements. So basically, let's say if I make a command like who am I don't see it back, I don't see a response back, then that is blind and it's working. I know somehow it is working. That's called blind command injection. For example, let's say I make a file, right? I do mkdir, make a directory into the web server. I can see the folder somewhere else, but not on the web itself, the web page. Whereas if I do who am I get it on the back. That's active command injection. Difference. Blind, can't see anything. Active, I can see immediately. Let's consider a scenario. Evil Corp has started development on a web-based shell, but you have but has accidentally left it exposed to the internet. Okay, it's Evil Corp is actually, if you don't know, Mr. Robot. It's nowhere near finished, but contains the same command injection vulnerabilities as before. But this time, the response from system calls can be seen on the page. They will never learn. Interesting. Just like before, let's look at the simple code from evilshell.php and go over what it's doing and why it makes it active command injection. See if you can figure it out. I'll go over it below just as before. So we have evil shell. If this is the PHP script, right? If is set get command string get command string try pass through, basically getting the command. If whatever is the error sends the error, else it will like try to get that command. Interesting. In pseudocode, the above snippet is doing the following: checking if the parameter command string is set. So basically is set this command string. It tries to get that pass through, right? If it is, then the variable command string gets what was passed into the input field by us. The program then goes into a try block to execute the function pass through. You can read the docs on pass through on PHP website. So let's quickly go over here what pass through does. Pass through function is similar to execute function that it executes the command. So basically what we need to know. So basically it will read, execute whatever we give it. But in general, it is executing what gets entered into the input when then the passing the output directly back to the browser. If they try, if the try does not succeed, output of the error is there. So it's active because whatever we do, either we if it works, great. If it doesn't, we get the error immediately. Generally, this won't output anything because you can't output error, but PHP doesn't let you have a try without a catch. Ways to detect active command injection. Oh, this is a big one. Not that big though. We know that the active command injection occurs when you see the response from the system call. In the above code, the function pass through is actually what's doing all the work here. It's passing the response directly to the document so you can see the fruits of your labor right here. Since we know that, we can go over some useful commands and useful commands to try to enumerate the machine a bit further. The function call here to pass through, basically execute, may not always be what's happening behind the scenes, but I felt it would be the easiest and least complicated way to demonstrate the vulnerability. Okay, so these are the commands we can try. To complete the question below, navigate to this. Okay, let's go to our Kali. So the reason it's not found, there's a full stop at the end. So we see enter command, right? Whatever we enter, if we go here, this is the function behind, right? Whatever we enter, it is set, and then it's passed through. So what we can do is here, first we can do is increase the font, and then to who am I? I'm www data, so I know it is in the www data directory too, because that's how PHP and a lot of web servers are. www directory HTML. What do I need, right? And also I can type like, let's say I want to get a reverse. Can I get PHP dash version? I get PHP 7.2 version, right? I won't get Python version, I believe. Python 3 dash version. I will only get PHP. Oh, I got Python as well. That's great. So can I do Python print? Hello? No? Printf? Hello? No. Okay. So reverse pen test, monkey, PHP. This is my go-to, right? Pen test monkey is the easiest one. To get the reverse shell, this is such a big one. I don't want to get into this. Oh wait, I can use the one that was there, right? This sent us. So I have reverse shell. Then there's PHP. PHP here. Socket, I can type mine and execute interactive, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So this is one easy one. I can copy this. I can bring my notes here. Right. First bring this up. What will be my IP? Let's see. I have config. My IP is the tunnel one, so 10 to 20, 149. I'll put this one here. And I'll put the port number of 1234. That's like my easiest one. Or go to one at least. Why I can't type? Oh, my numbers walk is off. Now I can type quick, cool. I'll start my netcat actually. nc nvlp 1234. So my netcat is listening, right? I can go here. This is not needed anymore. Okay. Oh, this one is also not needed. I just have to go here and type this command. So this is working in the background, and here I got the shell into the system. So I can type who am I, should be www data, pwd, same www html. Now I can do the lateral movement, right? And let's see who all I have. There is just a minute. So in the home, I will go in the home. Okay, nothing in the home. Let's see what they want us to do for this room. ID, ifconfig, uname psef. Okay. So what strange text file is in the website root directory? So let's look at that. cd var html or www then html. So interesting one is drpepper.txt. I see somebody is trying to get Dr. Pepper. Is there a promotion room? No, I love Dr. Pepper, of course it is. Dr. Pepper.txt. So our first flag is there. How many non-root, non-service, non-daemon users are there? Interesting. So check. I need to get like a better understanding. I don't know is how to check all the users. Non-root. Okay. Non-root users. Do you know what is the command to check who are the non-root users? Uh, cd is it users? Yeah, it users. What is it then? A USR, sorry. USR is a directory. What you talking about? Is a directory, yeah. Okay, my bad. What will be the command for that? Let's see. What is Linux command? Oh, I can get PS one. PS type PS dash dash L command groups PID. Okay, what about okay, we have these. Root is there. We have I don't know what that is. Oh, that's from this command. System D, right? Up triggers. So I get like list of non-root users and commands. So let's see. Command is get list of all non-root users and non list of user non-root wait. How many non-root, non-service, non-daemon users are there? What is this task list? Okay, paste. Root daemon system. Yes, okay. First condition go to last column showing default shell command. Usually bedside, but it's not a rule. I still don't get it. Non-root users. Get ENT. What is command get ENT? Have you used that? GetEnt command in Linux is a powerful tool that allows users to access entries from various important text files. This command is widely used to retrieve user and group information among other data stored in the database, such as password, blah, blah, blah. Okay, get entries. Okay, let's see. Get. Okay, wrong user thing. Oh, I'll just search here. So I can use, I think, Chat GPT for a second here. What? Come on. Perplexity is better then. I am in Linux CTF challenge. I want to know the command to get me list of non-root, non-service, non-payment users. Okay. To get list of all these users in Linux, you can use this one. This command will print out the username of all non-system users. Here's how it works. It reads this file. -F option sets the field separator by a colon. So makes sense, okay? This checks for the third field. So basically, like it's looking for the groups and stuff, which is typically in the range of regular users. Exclude nobody users, which is a system account, and prints the first field. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so if I cat K, is the answer then 0? 0 is the answer, that's crazy. Oh, 0 is the answer. Okay. What user in this app is this app running as? My user is basically from who am I, right? Just one word. What is the user's shell set as? So my shell is in var www html. Oh, this is way weird. Shell set as. Huh. Bin bash? Maybe bin bash evil.js, evil.js. I don't get the meaning of this. Users shall set as meaning. Okay, yeah, basically what type of shell I have, right? Bin sh. Okay, so I can go in cat. Sorry, bin. What your domain name? Maybe I can just go bypass that, but like ls/bin/bash. It's just bin bash. And maybe bin bash www data, right? That might be it. Bin bash. No. What is user shell set at? What is the version of Ubuntu is running? I think I can do this by going to cat slash release. There is a file. I don't remember the shell Ubuntu file. I just do copy paste most of the time. Ubuntu version file. Basically, lsb release dash a. Okay. Ubuntu is 18.4.4. 18.04.4. Print out the MOTHD. What's favorite beverage is shown. Okay, Dr. Pepper probably. What's MOTHD? Basically, like maybe the file. No, right? MOTD. What the hell that mean? Match of the day. Huh? TD. I have no idea what MOTD means. Basically, what's in the text file, right? What I have to do is find what my shell is set as. Dash 0 is the one to echo. Okay. Bin sh. So if this is bin sh, what would be the proper way to do it then? It's crazy. Good answer for this. Let's see. Let's see. This might give me some answer. Bin sh, no. User has been Apache 2. That's probably my answer. Yeah, I think this is my answer. User slash bin and then to starter. Okay. Has been. No? Okay. When I do it, slash C, and here Apache is like the server started with has been Apache 2. So I don't get it like why. Oh. System D. User bin Python 3. It was able to run Python. Okay, I'll give you that. Python 3? Unintended shutdown for signal. Okay. No harm in trying, but I don't understand why. Right? This is not. Hmm. I need to think of something. Get here, then grab ATC password. Okay, this didn't work for me. So if I do the same, um, cat slash etc slash paswd, and my username was this. Has been no login. Okay, found it. Oh, I can use nobody as no login required. Okay, so many of them no login required. Root is bin bash. Interesting. Okay, so that's good to go then, right? That will do the job for us. Woo! So at least our 5 tasks are complete today, and that's I think I will pause it here for this OVAPS one. What I now need to do is like I'm looking into like AI. So let's focus more on the AI thing, right? This is severity 2 will take from Monday. And so let's go over that. Here, I'll close this, close this, close this, close this. And I have a couple of interesting things. Okay. And I can close my machine, close window. Save state, sure. Okay. Cool. So we have our Python, our AI stuff. I'll change my thing to learning AI. Okay. And I'll take a quick break in a bit. But let's like start with our blog at least on how to get it registered. I have my Hackers Bar website. Let me change the view for a second because I don't want to show anybody the whole world my passwords and stuff, right? It doesn't make much sense. Have you done anything in AI? Like anybody here? Let me know if you guys have done anything with AI. I would love to know. Maybe we can move towards or what end goal is with your the AI. That'll be interesting thing to know. Okay. Kido. So I'm getting ready. I'm keeping things ready for you. I think we should be almost good here. Okay. Map. Okay. I'm ready. Ready. Let's share. Yeah. So first, this is like the first blog on learning AI roadmap and resources. We need to create like a proper. This is my idea with every project, right? Recently, is I have certain expectations I will set up for it, so I know exactly what things I will hit, exactly what to do and stuff. But before that, right, I'll take a quick break, and then once I'm back, we'll start. So take a quick break. Start this.
GSC HSC credit, I wasn't expecting a lot back, but when I did check my account randomly and I seen it there, I was like, oh wow, it's a nice little surprise. Just getting that little extra, it means a lot.
Find out if you qualify at canada.ca/everydollar-counts.
Okay, I think I got it.
What if I crashed through the window?
That's genius.
From business
Excellent.
to taking care of business, Rogers Xfinity Internet changes everything.
Red Bull gives you wings.